Hello humans, I'm Yoshiller, and welcome to my walkthrough for The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, I'm so excited to be able to say that. And I know that there are all sorts of videos out there, there are all sorts of creators creating all sorts of series for this game just like me, so it flatters me so much that of all the video series you could have chosen to watch for this game, you chose mine. Thank you very much. I will do my best to showcase everything that this game has to offer, and I hope that each of my videos are both informative and entertaining. Before I actually jump into the gameplay of this video, I have a bit of a prelude. I have many things that I want to say before this series officially begins, but if you do want to jump straight to the gameplay, here is a timestamp. And going forward for each part of this walkthrough, there will be timestamps in the description of each video, so you can jump to the parts that you want to watch. If you want to watch me do a specific shrine or a specific dungeon or fight a specific boss or whatever, there will be information in every single video. Now, before this all begins, I want to preface it with this. This is a blind walkthrough. This is my first time playing the game. I have not played this game early. I didn't even get to play a demo at any of the Nintendo events I experienced this year. This will be my first time experiencing this game. And while I did complete The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild back in the day, I don't know how identical that game will be to The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And even so, because it's been many years since I even looked at Breath of the Wild, my memory of that game, of its details and locations and characters, is a little foggy. So it's not going to line up 100% with Tears of the Kingdom's experiences anyway. And I just want to point out that I will mess up. I will forget things. I will be clueless at times, but ultimately I will do my best. All of you are more than welcome to comment down below if you have any advice to make my gameplay more tolerable and to make it a more entertaining viewing experience. But otherwise, I will be stumbling my way through, but I will see to it that I conquer everything that this game throws my way. I wanted to document my first time playing this game because I did do the same thing with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. And when Breath of the Wild came out, I wasn't a super huge Zelda fan. In fact, I'm still not a huge Zelda fan, but I'm more of a Zelda fan now that Breath of the Wild has been completed. I mainly wanted to record this series so that I could document myself playing this game for the first time, and I figured while I'm at it, I may as well create a guide for anyone else that is experiencing trouble while playing this game. I did the same thing with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I recorded my first time ever playing that game, and it also doubled up as a guide for people that were experiencing difficulties in certain parts of that game. I don't know how long it's going to take for me to complete this game. I will try to knock it out as quickly as I can, but I also want to do a kind of thorough and professional job when creating each video, so sometimes that might slow me down. Since I only get one first experience with a game, I figured I may as well go ahead and record it, and I will try to complete it along the way, and that way I can both document my first time playing the game, and I can create the video series that I've always wanted to create for the game anyway. If this Tears of the Kingdom walkthrough is anything like my Breath of the Wild walkthrough, it will take me probably a year to complete. It's probably going to take over 100 videos, and it's going to go ahead and take years off my life. But I will go ahead and do everything. I'll collect all the Korok seeds, I'll take on every dungeon, I'll take on every side quest, and I'll collect a fair share of extra additional items. We'll see what 100% exactly means as I play more of the game, but when it came to Breath of the Wild, it did mean getting all the Korok seeds and making sure that the map said 100% on it. And I did it. And I covered the DLC. And if this game gets DLC, I'll cover it. But for now, this is the start of a very long experience and a very long journey, but you know what? I'm looking forward to it all. So without further ado, let's officially hit that A button, let's begin this game, and let's see what The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom has to offer. Game on!
This strange gloom keeps getting thicker. We've been descending for a while now. These tunnels are deeper than I thought. What could be down here?
Looks like I'm already in control, and look at all the hearts I have. You know, part of me was wondering if this game was going to copy over my save file from Breath of the Wild, because man, if it did, I would be so powerful. I would have the Master Sword, I would have all sorts of bonus hearts, and I would have every weapon known to man. But otherwise, I guess we're starting right here. I get to walk along Zelda, and if I press the A button, we can talk. I never imagined this was all deep beneath Hyrule Castle. Oh, there was a lot of stuff beneath Hyrule Castle if you played Breath of the Wild, but it's true. I didn't get to see all of this stuff specifically. Well, all right, I guess we'll keep walking. I won't go too far ahead of you. You are an escort. I will see to it that you are safe.
People have been falling ill after coming into contact with the gloom drifting through these caverns. Though here it seems almost misty and not concentrated enough to harm us. We'll keep going, with it coming up from beneath Hyrule Castle. We do not know what waits below, so we need to be ready for anything. But I know I'll be okay with you, Link. Let's go solve this mystery.
All right, I'll let you know though, Zelda, I am quite the experienced fighter and all, but we probably should have some reinforcements. I mean, there is a whole town, Terry Town, I think is what it was called, that I put together in Breath of the Wild that is full of competent and wise fighters. I think they might be of assistance. Did we at least tell anyone that we're going down here? Is there anyone to tell? All right, you have a lot of faith in me, and I appreciate that. It's a nice form of validation these days when you trust me to do a task that you wouldn't normally trust other people to do. All right, what's up? The Master Sword. It must be sensing something. I knew we had reason for concern. Ever since the end of the calamity, the castle has fallen into neglect. But I never could have imagined anything like these tunnels were hiding here. You must be careful as we move deeper. Yeah, so in Breath of the Wild, the Master Sword would glow whenever I was around very specific threats. But it also serves as a nice light, so Zelda, we don't need your torch all the way. We can just use my Master Sword, and when I'm at full hearts... Oh, I said when I'm at full hearts. Hey, I should be able to shoot a beam from the tip of this sword. What the heck is going on? Hang on, Zelda, I don't want to accidentally stab you. No, that would be embarrassing. That would be a very quick game if I accidentally hit you with this. And I don't think we told anyone that we're down here, so I don't know if we have first aid immediately on hand. Anyway, all right, what are we looking at? These are ruins from an ancient civilization. Wait, something is written here. Might these ruins be from the Zonai? Well, you know more than I do. But okay. Normally, when I'm at full hearts, I'm able to shoot beams from the tip of the sword. But if I hold down Y, I can definitely do my spinny attack. And if I run and well, okay, I'll stop messing around. But it is also a nice little flashlight. Let's just make that clear. These carvings. I'm sure they're Zonai in origin. I've seen designs like this in my studies. The Zonai are said to have lived long ago, in the time of earliest legend. They possessed godlike powers and had a prosperous civilization in the sky. Many history books tell us about the Zonai, but none gives us the full picture. Much is still unknown about them. You know what's crazy to me, Zelda? Okay, so in Breath of the Wild, it's been established that I've been asleep for 100 years and that you've been fighting for 100 years, so you and I are both over 100 years old. But we look fantastic for our age, and yet you're able to memorize all of that stuff from 100 years ago. I can barely even remember what I had for breakfast 1 week ago. But I can take a guess, it was probably cereal. Point being, you sure know a lot in your 100 years of age. I'm impressed. Now, what are you doing? Is this what the Zonai looked like? They seem so different than us. And such large ears. How did the ruins from a civilization in the sky end up here beneath the castle? It looks like the path ahead goes even deeper. Let's continue, Link. When we're talking about a civilization that's over 100 years old, I'm sure times have changed since then, or maybe they haven't. I mean, most people have been dying to the calamity in the past 100 years, but I don't know, it's at least 100, and they were ancestors even prior to those 100 years, so maybe they're like 200 years old, or 500 years old. I don't know anything about the Zonai. I don't recall them coming up in Breath of the Wild, and if they did, I don't remember. I'll tell you what, though, they had really good sense in architecture. Whoever those sculptors were that put all this stuff together, they were fantastic. Whoa! All right, my first actual battle in the series, and it's against these bats known as Keese. Easy peasy, no match for the Master Sword.
You're not hurt, are you, Link? Look at these murals. The written histories of the royal family include stories of a great war fought long ago. It was a conflict between allied tribes and someone only ever referred to as the Demon King. Is it possible? Do these murals depict the same legend? This is similar to the statues we saw earlier, a Zonai. And these figures look like Hylians. This depiction certainly suggests that the Zonai descended from the heavens. It is said that my ancestors, the first of Hyrule's royal family, were born from a union with gods who had descended from the heavens. These murals tell a similar story, and if they are accurate, then the gods mentioned were the Zonai. They must have forged a relationship with the Hylians of that time, working together to establish the Kingdom of Hyrule. This figure, he seems to be stealing something of incredible power from the young kingdom. This all aligns with what I've read during my studies. And then this, it shows the Demon King. And a fierce battle against him. If the creature depicted here really does represent the Demon King, then... Incredible! This mural must be the Great War recorded in the royal histories. This is the imprisoning war, and the events that led up to it. Link! This is a huge discovery! All right then, now to use this invention of Purah's. I'm glad I didn't leave it behind. It's so easy to record. You point it and click. Oh, it looks like the rest of the murals are obscured. Oh. Just what is this place? Maybe we'll find more answers farther ahead. Link, let's keep moving deeper.
Well, first of all, I was gonna say something and then we jumped over to a cutscene, but I wonder if it's even possible to get hurt by those Keese that were attacking me. Can you imagine losing all of your hearts at the beginning of the game to those Keese? But alas, I am the hero of Hyrule, and the hero of Hyrule will not lose to some measly Keese. Second, these rocks, I mean, if Breath of the Wild taught me anything, it's that rocks with a little X pattern on them or any cracks in them can be blown open with bombs, but I guess I don't have my bombs with me. Alright, Zelda, I'll stop lollygagging, I'm coming. Although you made all these discoveries, and while I am understanding that you would want to keep exploring these places further, I really think you should go back up with your discovery and come back down here with an excavation team. I think just the two of us... I mean, not that I want to doubt my own skills, but I think just the two of us is not gonna go over too well. Let's see. I can't tell you how excited oh, well, if you're excited, okay, don't let me slow you down. I understand when you're excited to do something, everyone's like, but wait, you gotta wait for this, you gotta wait for that. All right, just enjoy yourself. It's like being a kid going to a theme park, but then the first thing everyone has to do is go to the bathroom. You're like, no, I want to go on the ride first. Like, I get it. If it's a matter of excitement and passion, then who am I to stop you? Who needs an excavation team? I mean, really, what are they going to do besides slow us down and crowd up these hallways? In any case, I would like to say, I know you are taking your time looking at things, but if we could pick up the pace a little bit, that would be great, because so far, this is already taking longer to start off the adventure than Breath of the Wild. I mean, that's fine. I suppose there is an element of anticipation, anxiety, suspense, but I'm just saying we could be doing this faster. It is also getting darker, so hopefully that torch doesn't go out, but if it does, I got my sword ready to go. Speaking of, maybe that sword being ready to go is going to be a good idea right about now. What is this place? Let's continue, Link, but we must be extremely careful. Okay, but if you're excited, then go on in.
What is that?
Was that the sword that seals the darkness? The blade that shatters so easily against my power cannot save you from me. Zelda. You who carries that fragile sword. A Link. Rauru placed his faith in you. And that was all you could do.
How do you know our names?
Link, finally you wake. I've heard a great deal about you from Zelda. Your wounds were severe. I am relieved to see you escape death. Your arm, however, was beyond saving. I had to replace it, lest the injury endanger you further.
Oh, you know, another day where I wake up in a chamber not knowing where I am with all of my hearts gone. What the heck, man? I took on like 120 shrines plus DLC to get those hearts. But whatever, back to square one. Another day where I'm naked, or almost naked, in a chamber without my sword. But at least this time the sword is within close proximity. Well, it's more like a knife now, or a bat. You can probably beat someone with it, but it ain't gonna do any stabbing. Oh, it's so sad, too. Even the little jingle was really depressing. Wow, I've never seen the Master Sword get destroyed. This was supposed to be the sword that seals the darkness. Its sacred power has been diminished after being ravaged by the gloom beneath Hyrule Castle. Can I get another one? Or is there a blacksmith, perhaps? Well, it was already established earlier in this game's prologue/tutorial that I could go ahead and cut stuff with the Y button, but I guess this is going to be more of a tutorial than the part leading up to this was. Is it sharp enough to cut these vines? Oh, it is. Well, if it's that sharp, then it can probably still give someone a nasty boo-boo, but it's not going to go ahead and defeat whatever the heck that was that attacked Zelda. Oh, this though. This I like. This is ominous. Well, let's go investigate it. Man, whoever puts all of these little machines together is a master of witchcraft and engineering. Anyway, all right, let's see what's in here. Now, normally, I was gonna say it would be teaching me different mechanics about the game while I play. So obviously, when you're on a high point and you press A, you can jump more naturally into the water. Now, you don't have to press A to jump into the water. You can just run straight into it, but pressing A will ensure that you're able to properly dive into it. Then you will kind of automatically hop over ledges if they're small enough, but if they're big enough, you have to climb them, and you do have a stamina wheel. All right, well, thankfully, I can climb that wall with relative ease. If I keep moving, I can jump down here again. We'll go ahead and do a proper dive. There we go. And then, just like I had a stamina wheel when I was climbing a wall, I have a stamina wheel when I'm swimming across water as well. Now, for these higher up points, it is more advised that you actually press the A button to jump, because you will take fall damage. So, jumping into water, even from a great height, will ensure that you do not take fall damage. Yeah, see? I even got these little interesting info boxes on the corners of the screen or edges of the screen to repeat what I'm saying. All right. But of course, there's also the possibility that this could be someone's first Zelda game. Maybe they didn't play Breath of the Wild first, so it needs to explain things to players as if they've never played a Zelda game before. And I can appreciate that. Now, as for this is a weird-looking treasure chest, but it is a treasure chest all the same, which means I can go up to it, press the A button, and no key necessary, just my hand. There we go. And now I've got archaic leg wear. Interesting. Well, I'm glad that I was able to get the leg wear, but did I potentially pass up on the opportunity to get a shirt? I'm a little fearful that I did. But if that's not necessary, then I will go ahead and brave what's ahead of me without the need for a shirt. We'll keep going. Here we go. Yes. Yes. I get the feeling I missed a shirt. Okay, well then I'm gonna run back real quickly. And by the way, you can hold down the B button to run, but it takes up your stamina wheel. I can't imagine they would have made it that easy to miss the shirt. And I don't even know that I can climb back up. Let me double check. And then you can climb a wall more quickly by pressing X, but once again, it does take up more of your stamina. So you get to go a little faster at the cost of potentially falling down the entirety of the wall and having to start the whole thing over again. Well, folks, I ran all the way back and didn't see another treasure chest, let alone a shirt. But I guess that makes sense that they would give you the pants or the shorts before you put on the shirt, because that's usually what I do, is I put the shirt on after I put on the shorts or the pants. I mean, I've done both. I've done both where I put the shirt on first or the shorts on first. All right, well, if there was a shirt on there, I definitely went back to look for it, and I definitely didn't find it. But who needs a shirt anyway? There are only so many parts in this game where I can travel around the world while being basically naked. Now let's jump! Woo! Now this is really feeling the breeze, if you catch my drift! Oh, man! Well, it's a good thing I'm gonna fall in water, because as I just learned, if I fall in water, I don't take fall damage! Nice. Although in real life, that's not actually true. If you fall in water from that high, it will hurt, so be careful. All right, well, good thing we've got these super solid lily pads too. Normally in real life, lily pads are not this solid, but here they are, so fantastic. Okay, well, what do you say we go ahead and get out of the water, huh? And let's see if I can find myself a shirt or at least a towel. Great Sky Island, I'll say. Whoa, is that a dragon? That's pretty awesome. I do love me some dragons, especially the ones that appear in Breath of the Wild. They're very pretty, and I think that's a very similar looking dragon. Well, we're just gonna follow the pathway. We're gonna see where the path takes me. Oh, but hang on. If I wander off the path for just a second, there was an apple, and if I were to consume said apple, I would restore half a heart. Wasn't that nice? Oh, hey, and then there's you. Hello there. You wouldn't happen to know where I can find some more apples, would you? Hello. If I press ZL, I can lock onto you. Okay, and if I stand in front of you, I can get hurt by you. But if I keep attacking, you will be eliminated. Aha, any attack that causes your weapon to break does a critical hit, dealing ×2 damage. Well, I am out of things to fight with unless I find a tree branch, which is a wooden branch such as this is pretty common, but it's surprisingly well balanced. It doesn't do much, but it can serve as a weapon during a pinch. Well, isn't that convenient? Does it also shoot a blade beam out of it when I... Okay, no it doesn't. I'm gonna take your tree branch. Great. Oh, and I can go ahead and take whatever this is that came out at you. A soldier construct horn. A blade-like horn from a soldier construct. It's very sharp, so handle with care. And then this is a Zonai charge, a material used as power for constructing other devices. Its strange light seems to reveal potent energy inside. Wasn't that handy? Well, it's a good thing I got that apple. Actually, this is a good time to discuss menus. If I press plus, whoa, the menu already looks different than it does in Breath of the Wild. I haven't seen this up to this point. Well, okay, I can go ahead and utilize this material, in this case, this apple, to I can hold it. I can decrease it, but more importantly, I can eat it. So boom, baby. We're good to go. Okay. Let's see what happens if I go this way. If I start running, or more importantly, if I press B, it puts my sword or my stick away. Here, this is an actual stick. This is a tree branch with added grip, and it deals more damage, as you can see, because it has a 4 next to the weapon damage thing. Okay. Ah, yes. And if I go ahead and press right on the D-pad, I can go ahead and select my weapon. So that's probably not a spoiler to say that I'll be getting all sorts of different weapons in this game. And if I press right on the D-pad, I can immediately switch within the weapons. And then if I use the right analog stick, I can cycle through them. So boom, I can go to that, and we'll be good. The other D-pad buttons will be used as I gain other types of weapons, bows and arrows and whatnot. But for now, it's nice to know that if I want to quickly switch between a weapon, I don't have to pull open my menu. I can just do right on the D-pad, and I can go back to the wooden stick if I wanted. There you go. Right on the D-pad, back over to the wooden stick. Sorry, I switched over to the tree branch, but you get it. If I go this way for a brief moment, what will we find? We will find an additional tree branch. That's fine. I'll take whatever I can get for now. I do have limited inventory space, so there will come a time where I'll need to pick up a different item and I'll need to drop something else, and at that point, I'll need to drop the item that is the least useful to me. Okay. I don't know what this is all about, but I imagine I can examine this. Hello there. You are bigger than I thought. Link, I have waited for you. Princess Zelda left something for you in my care. Oh. This is the Purah Pad. I am told it is an invaluable tool that will provide you with direction. The Purah Pad, Princess Zelda's prized device. It has a variety of features that are essential for adventure. And I can open that up at any time by pressing the minus button on my Pro Controller. I received it from Princess Zelda. I have now passed it on to you. My records indicate that Princess Zelda is waiting at the location marked on its map. My message has been delivered. Okay, now I've got a couple of questions for you. Did I miss out on a shirt, yes or no? And more importantly, where am I? We stand in the Garden of Time. The Temple of Time is visible from here. It was used in the distant past. Many rites and ceremonies of the kingdom were held there. But no more. Now it is a lonely place. No one visits. Okay, well, we have a new objective. Find Princess Zelda. And let's examine that Purah Pad that I just recently obtained. So if I press minus, pull it out on the spot, and here we have, well, a map. Of course, I can also see what my main quests are. In this case, it's Find Princess Zelda. You found yourself on a strange island in the sky after you awoke. A steward construct claimed that Princess Zelda gave it her Purah Pad, all to get it to your hands. The device's map shows a yellow point of light. The construct said that's where you'll find the princess. Very true, very true. Now, if I press R, that brings me back to the map. If I press ZR, it's the same thing. We do have an album. These are the pictures that Zelda took. I can go ahead and better examine them, and if you look at this picture, you'll see me smiling as I look over at this wall. Anyway, back to the map at hand. If I go ahead and highlight this point, if I hit A, I can go ahead and open up the adventure log and pull up the main quest immediately. And then if I go ahead and move around, I can zoom with R, and we can see that the map is very, very big, because this is only the start of a massive adventure. And I think this is where the start should end. That is to say, that is the end of this part of my walkthrough. So for now, that about wraps up the beginning of my Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom walkthrough, and I'd like to thank you all for watching. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye, humans! And on that note, I should be able to save the game by pressing plus, going over here, hitting save, and then being good to go. Huzzah! Thank you, everybody. All right, whoosh! Hey, thank you for watching my video. If you want to continue to support my content, the best thing you can do is like this video and subscribe to my channel. All you have to do is click the little buttons down below. Also, please be sure to follow me on Twitter to stay up to date with my video schedule. My tag is @RealYoshiller. I hope to see you all in future videos. Bye-bye! Whoosh!